federal agent.
Get on the ground! Would you please get my ID out of my left pocket? I'm begging you!
Police officers often gain notoriety for their conduct when dealing with ordinary citizens, but sometimes the situation can escalate when they have to arrest other federal agents. In today's video, we discuss two such instances. This is what happens when cops arrest federal agents and would later regret it. On July 7, 2020, Columbus police officers Joseph Fahey and Kevin Winchell responded to a 911 call alleging that someone was impersonating a police officer and trying to break into their house. A few minutes later, Joseph Fahey arrives at the scene.
Hey, turn around, let me see your hands. Turn around, let me see your hands. Okay, let me see your hands. I need to see some ID. Get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground now!
The suspect is Agent James Burke, a 16-year veteran of the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, or ATF. He is here in Dublin, Ohio, to perform his official duties. In this case, retrieving an illegally possessed firearm, a common assignment for all ATF agents. Burke tells Fahey that he is a federal agent, but the officer's demeanor is aggressive from the start. Before asking any questions, he has his weapon drawn and is shouting.
I'm a federal agent.
9171, 10-3.
I'm a federal agent.
Get on the ground!
10-3.
Get on the ground. I'm a federal agent.
Why wouldn't you show me your ID when I got here? Don't move forward.
Okay.
You didn't ask for it.
He is at 335.
Get on the ground. We'll figure it out.
Drive on that 10-8.
Not getting on the ground.
Well, then stay where you're at.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Fine. Why do you got to make this harder than it is?
While Agent Burke is verbally identifying himself, he is also not complying with Fahey's orders. Despite several warnings, Burke fails to get on the ground. His reason? He's a federal agent. However, according to the law, being a federal agent does not give him any authority over local cops. In fact, Burke is currently within the city's jurisdiction. He may think he's an on-duty agent, however. This can go much more smoothly if he calmly follows orders, even if they are unreasonable.
I'm not overreacting. We got a call that someone's impersonating a police officer out here who doesn't have ID.
No kidding, because she doesn't want to open it.
Okay, get on the ground so I can find out who you are.
It ain't happening.
Okay, fine.
Not happening.
Fine. Do you I think I'm a police officer or something? What the heck's the matter with you? Who do you think you are? Get on the ground!
I'm not getting on it.
Chopper, thanks.
I'm not getting
91-7, I'm pulling up.
I got my ID.
Do not reach for your waist!
After some deadlock, Officer Kevin Winchell also arrives at the scene, once again with his gun drawn. Finally, Burke decides to comply. However, the police officers are about to make this whole situation worse.
Keep your hands up!
Why would I have an oath?
Get your hands up! Sir! Get on the ground!
Face down, on the ground. Face down now! Face down!
You are the one making the mistake!
Settle down. Face down now. All the way down. All the way. All the way.
My ID's right here, left pocket.
And we're going to put your arm on your back. Do not resist. You're acting like a moron.
Wait a second! Don't do this! Wait a second! I got a medical condition! Get my lights out of my... We're getting you hurt first! Wait! No! Hold on! I'm hyperventilating! Please! Wait, please, sir! I'm not! Would you please get my ID out of my left pocket? I'm begging you! My wife's... Please! It's right here! Please get it! I got one cuff on. Sir, help me up! Just hold me up!
The police officers do not make any effort to verify Agent Burke's credentials. Instead of checking his badge, the officers start to handcuff him. That's despite Burke's constant pleas to check his pockets. Even though Officer Fahey tells him to stop resisting, there's no evidence that Burke is resisting at all. He is simply pointing out where his badge and ID are and letting them know of his medical condition. But the cops are not done using force.
Sir, I can't do it. Wait. Sir!
Stop resisting now.
Please help me. Sir, please get my federal creds! No, don't do that, please. Don't make me tase you! No. Okay. Help me up. Help me up.
No, you're standing on the ground. Your right arm behind your back.
Let me breathe.
You can breathe.
I'm gonna. Ow, don't do that. Okay. Here. My God! It is cuffed! Please stop! Please stop, sir! Wait a second!
They have now tased Burke without making any effort to understand who he is. It can be argued that it was Burke's initial refusal to cooperate that led to an escalation. However, as the episode goes on, it becomes evident that the officers are not ready to listen and are more than happy to use force.
Sir!
Roll over. Sit up. Get up. Sit up. Let him sit up. Let him sit up.
Left pocket. Left pocket. Part of the pocket. Please take that.
Don't try and get up.
Get it.
Then you should have behaved the way you did.
My God, I'm here.
No, you're the one that's wrong.
Sir.
You know if you have interaction with the police, you obey commands.
Sir, I was trying.
No, you didn't obey commands.
Sir, I'm with you guys. Federal agent.
Who's your supervisor?
The officers finally get hold of Burke's ID and find out that he is telling the truth. Now that they have this information, maybe it is time to free the agent. However, instead of releasing Burke, the officers forced him into the back of a cruiser until other officers arrived.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Stand up.
I'm not trying to be ashamed of myself.
Now, sit back in the cruiser.
Let me get in the car.
Get in the car.
Sir. I'm just trying to do my job.
Just get in the car. Why would you make us do this?
I didn't want you to. I wanted to. Wait.
No, you knew what you were doing.
Sir, calm down.
Relax.
Sir, hey, guys, please, just talk to me for 1 second, please.
Get in the car.
No,
we'll
wait.
talk later.
Sir, wait.
You had your chance.
No, I was trying to give you my creds. You didn't let me show them
Never
to you.
once tried.
I did.
Get in the car.
Wait.
Now!
Have a seat.
Please, wait, I gotta breathe.
Okay,
Please, sir, let me breathe.
Sit down and breathe.
Let me breathe.
Sit down and breathe.
Let me breathe. I have a medical condition.
We're gonna get air T. Get your legs in. Get your legs in. We're closing this door.
Sir.
Get your legs in.
I need air. Sir, please, call an ambulance. I'm asking for an
You
ambulance.
got a medic coming. Get in the car.
Sir, I don't need the medic. The taser didn't bother me.
You just said call an ambulance. You don't.
Yeah, no, you don't want one. Get in the car.
In the car. Get all
Sir,
the way in.
I can't breathe.
All the way
I
in.
can't breathe. Wait, sir.
All the way in. Put your feet all the way in.
No, sir, I'm begging you.
Get all the way in.
Wait, how did this happen? Okay.
Get in. For crying out loud. You're the cop. You had an ass.
No, wait, I can't. My head up. The seatbelt's in place. Please.
Why would you act like this?
I didn't act anyway.
Once the supervisors arrive, Officer Fillet recounts the incident and says that he had to tase Agent Burke, which might be an exaggeration. Officer Fillet then goes to the house where the 911 call came from and tries to assure himself that he made the right arrest.
Yeah, we had to use the taser, just a drive stun.
Okay.
But he's got a medic. He says he's got some condition. He may even really be a police officer. He's got a badge, but he wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't get on the ground. I told him over and over to get on the ground. He wouldn't comply with anything. We had to tase him. He fought with us the whole time. Wouldn't get in the car. If he is a real police officer.
Anything?
No, we're not.
Okay.
I do got to, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, okay. What did he say to you when he was talking to you?
I have to open the door because he's a police. I tell him I can't open the door because my husband.
Our officers on edge, bro. We were finally able to get
He say you have to open the door. I tell him I'm sorry, I can't. Stay with my kids. My kids start to crying because they afraid. And I tell him you
Did he
have
ever try
pray.
to? Did he ever try and break the door or anything like that?
Yes, he is still knock and he say I will stay here until evening if you don't open the door because you are liar.
Okay, very good. There's a chance the sergeant might want to talk to you, so thank you very much. Okay, good. Thanks, Dee.
Appreciate your hard work.
Agent Burke was on duty, and if the police officer had been aware of the duties of an ATF agent, this situation could have been handled very differently. Agent Burke also later clarified that this sort of confusion isn't unheard of. However, the police officers usually just check credentials and then either assist with retrieving the firearm or leave the scene. Burke has since brought a lawsuit against the officers for unnecessary use of force and bodily harm. A worrying aspect of this incident is the failure to communicate on both ends. If the cops are happy to use force against a federal agent, it doesn't bode well for ordinary citizens. And it certainly didn't work out well for Santa Paula resident and retired Oxnard firefighter Joseph Garces. On October 9, 2020, Joseph Garces was driving down a street in Santa Paula when he saw a woman standing on the sidewalk, talking on the phone. He also saw a man lying face up in a parking lot in a pool of blood. Garces, who has spent a career saving citizens, immediately got down to help. Cops started arriving at the scene a short while later and took over CPR duties. And here is Garces explaining the events to the officers.
Don't go to the car. Don't go to that car. Stay over here. Stay over here. Stay over here. Come over here. That's your car?
That's my car. I was driving by. I saw it. I'm a retired fireman.
Okay.
I'm not a part of this.
We don't know anything about that. We see a gun in the car. You're not going there. Do you have your ID?
It's in the car.
What's your name?
Joe Garces.
Joe Garces, you gotta relax, okay? We know you're helping us out.
Wait, but you guys aren't listening either. That's part of the problem. Yeah.
As I said, we appreciate your being involved. Okay. We just run it.
That's his knife. I took it out of his pocket to cut his shirt off.
And that's your vehicle.
Yeah, I was driving north. I saw the lady. They were looking this way, and I saw him down, and I thought it was beer or something. Spun around and came in, saw the blood. She said they were calling 911. I screamed, has he been shot? She said, yeah, it was. I was pulling in.
Okay.
Saw the gunshot wound to the side of his face. I did a quick check, found the gun in his waistband, rendered it useless, stuck it inside my car, grabbed his knife, cut off his shirt, and then you guys started showing up.
Okay.
Mr. Garces seems a little agitated from the start and has a combative attitude towards the officers. As he will explain later in this video, Joseph Garces has PTSD from 27 years on the job, probably the reason for his frustrated demeanor. Overall, he is calmly answering the questions, and this looks like a normal crime scene. That is until another officer shows up.
Did you see anybody running,
Nothing.
anybody leaving the area, anything?
Not a thing.
Someone relieves him, get a mask.
Not a thing.
Get this guy out of here. Sir.
He's a witness.
What the?
Relax, okay?
The officer saying, "Get this guy out of here," is Detective Chris Rivera, who arrives a few minutes later and wants Garces to clear the scene. But this quickly turns into a shouting and cursing match between the two men.
We appreciate it.
Huh?
So I got a crime scene, sir. I'm a detective.
Yeah, and I'm here helping him, so step the off. Okay? If you're a good detective, you wouldn't be yelling at me right now. You'd be taking care of your job.
Over here.
Yeah, you. I can't get the out of here.
Get out of my crime scene. Get out of my crime scene.
What are you going to do to me?
Get out of my crime scene. I'm gonna make you next time. Get out of my crime scene.
Come with me, Mr. Garces. Mr. Garces.
That's my...
Come with me, Mr. Garces.
Clearing a crime scene is usually the priority for any investigating officer. And Detective Rivera is well within his right to make that order. However, it's the way he makes that order that causes this confrontation. Garces moves away shouting profanities and is approached by Rivera once more.
Yeah. No wonder people don't give you guys the benefit of the doubt. And I worked with you for 27 years. When do I get my car back then? Hey, tell them thank you for teaching me not to be helpful, you fat piece.
You have to step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. Step back. I don't know who you're.
Oh yeah, so now you're gonna come over with me, huh? You're doing a really good job right now, aren't you?
I need you to back up.
You need to calm him. I need you to back up.
Come here.
No,
I got him. I got him. I got him. Come here.
No, you need to understand. Really, the paint compliance, that's what we need to do? Because you don't like me talking.
What's his name?
Joseph Garces is certainly not on his best behavior in this video. He is being rude and calling cops all sorts of names. But that is clearly a protected right under freedom of expression. Rivera effectively putting him in a lock and pushing him is barely justified. Swearing at an officer and insulting him are not strong enough reasons to justify the use of force. He is also not armed or posing a physical threat to the officers. There are no grounds to arrest or detain him. The only reason for this could be that Mr. Garces is obstructing the crime scene. But how? Does shouting constitute obstruction, especially when it's coming from both sides?
Take it down a notch.
You can take
it down a notch.
Somebody here's not controlling themselves.
Down.
It's you.
Take a deep breath.
Don't be a hypocrite.
I've taken a deep breath. It's your turn.
Yeah, don't be a
You want
hypocrite.
to talk like adults? I'll let you go. You
Okay,
want to talk
did
like
you
adults?
start talking to me like an adult?
Do you understand how I need to
Do you
do my
see
job?
what you're doing wrong?
If you know how to do this job and you have a badge, then you would understand. Now, do you want
It's
to go to
so
148 if you have a badge?
It's so
Do you have a badge?
Yes,
Are you
I do.
retired? Yes. Do you want to go for 148 for being in a crime scene? Just because sergeants of patrol don't know how to do their job, and you were a
You're
cop
saying
at
your
one time-
sergeant doesn't know how to do his job?
Take him. Turn him around. Where's your badge at?
In my Jeep, like I keep saying, but
Where
you
at
won't
your
listen.
Jeep? Where at in your Jeep?
Hey, you will see it when you look
Do
at
you
the
want
front
your
of the
car?
Jeep.
Do you want me to have to write a search warrant and keep it, or do you want to keep your car? Do you want to get home as soon as possible?
I'm not talking anymore.
Okay. Sink him in this car right here.
64. What's your first name?
Joe.
Joe.
After some more arguing, Rivera finally hands over the reins to another officer. It is important to note here that while Garces was yelling, he never initiated any physical confrontation with the detective. He got involved in this as a good Samaritan, but became a person of interest himself. Thankfully, his interaction with the other officer is much more sedate and helpful.
Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Have a seat for a second.
Just so you know, I'm retired because of PTSD.
Got it.
Major anxiety problems.
Got it.
Being in handcuffs doesn't help me. And I know you guys got to do it. Keep away from me.
Got it.
He is accelerating this way more than I
I
am.
won't let him talk to you anymore. You want the windows down or anything?
Can we just sit right here with me, the door open? I ain't going anywhere, dude. You guys all know
I'll
where
sit
I
right here
live.
for now.
I mean, I know what you guys do. I mean, I did it with you for 27 years in Oxnard, not Santa Paula.
Right.
To have that happen, that's as unprofessional as anything I did, and a cop shouldn't lose it like that. You and I both know that.
Do me a favor, just sit here for now.
No problem. Well, they know that. I already told the first couple guys here that there's a gun on the floor of my of the driver.
Okay.
Oh, dude, this is gonna freak me out. Come back quick.
I'll roll down the windows.
I can't stand this.
Okay.
Garces was detained for some time before he was told that he was free to go. Later that evening, he visited a hospital. He had suffered a dislocated shoulder and torn labrum that had to be surgically repaired. Joseph Garces filed a lawsuit against his detention, claiming that the officers used unnecessary force against him. Meanwhile, the shooting victim, Samir Salgado, survived, and Richard Steven Valencia of Santa Paula was arrested a few days later and charged with attempted murder. During the lawsuit proceedings, the judge decided that Rivera has qualified immunity, which means he can't be held personally liable. The lawsuit proceeded against the city, and they reached an out-of-court settlement with Joseph Garces. Both sides signed a non-disclosure agreement as part of the settlement, which means that no details of the agreement have been released. The cases of James Burke and Joseph Garces are two examples of how police officers can make mistakes when dealing with other law enforcement officers. Let us know your thoughts about these cases in the comments below, and if you like this video, then watch this one next.